So I will share the whole of my screen, and I pray this does not lag. So I'll click on share. Can we all see my screen? The presentation has started. Can we all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, that's beautiful. So I will minimize this and as well minimize this. So I'll start my XAMPP and I'll start my MySQL, and I'll kick into what we are to do today. So we'll start by first transferring file from my download box section down to, okay, sorry for that.
So I can't hear you in case you're talking. I can't hear you.
I guess it's doing something.
Okay, just sorry for that. Just have to attend to one or two things. So I'll start by clicking on going to my file storage drive, and in my download, that's where I have my WordPress 6.1.1. So I'll start by copying the file in the folder. Shit. Can you imagine? I have deleted the file inside. So let me extract. I think I still have the file. WordPress, 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 WordPress. Okay, I've seen it. The previous WordPress. Okay. Hope we are together, guys. Are we together, guys?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I'm doing the extraction so that I can have the WordPress folder that I will be using for today's class. Um, um, so I pray it should be here. Okay. Now there's the file. This is the entire file that I need. So like the other way we used to do it, I'll just right click on this and copy this. So let me click on copy. So while copying this, I would I would locate my C drive, which is under this PC. Then in this PC, I'll open the local drinks. Then from there, I will locate my XAMPP. Then in my XAMPP, there's what we call the HT docs, which I believe is this. If I open this, I'll see all these already created file and folders. I will right click on it and I click on paste. Can we hear me? Can we all hear what I'm saying? Can we hear what I'm saying? Can you guys hear my voice?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, okay. Now, so while I'm waiting for this creation, I will create. the project. So I have to click on this admin under my SQL. In this MySQL section, I'll click on admin. So when I click on admin, my local host comes up. When my local host comes up, I wait for it to load. Then I create my database. Remember the way we used to create our database. So that's what I'm about to create. So it has successfully copied, but I will create my database here. So I will come to new, which I can also access through this database sequence here. So when I click on new, whether I click on database or I click on new to bring me here. So I'll type, I want to call the project Z, I want to call it Z, Z drive. Let me just give it Zine. The name of the project is called Zine. So I'll create it here. I can say Zine underscore DB. So I've created a database. Now, the database I just created can be user defined. That is based on your own preference. I will come down to my ht folder and I rename. Right click here and I come to rename and I rename it Zine. Let's just call it Zine as well. So if I click on Zine, now it's not compulsory the name we name it here, it's still the same thing we name it in our database. It can be different, but I just prefer it same. So in order for us to access it, I can simply come here and say localhost slash Zine. Now, by me pressing localhost slash Zine, that means I'm trying to access my localhost for this project. So if I do this, it will bring me to the installation of WordPress where I can start doing my installation. Can you all see my screen? Hello guys.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Please, I'm sorry if I'm always asking questions. I want to know if you are on the same space. So I'll click on continue to select English and I'll click on let go. Pressing on let go will give me the opportunity to set in my database. From here, I'll type Zine. The Zine I'm putting here is actually the Zine of the name of my database, which is this Zine. If you check here, they say database name. Then the password is root. For all localhost XAMPP MySQL is always root and the password is not sect. The database hosting is either localhost or your IP 127.0.0.1 or you just type localhost. Then I'll leave this my table preference to what WP dash. Then I click on submit. The minute I click on submit, now I can run the installation. So if I click on run the installation, I believe the installation process will begin. Then from here, I can give my site the name. So I believe the name of this website is called Zine. And the username, I will stick with my admin, while the password too, I will stick with admin. And I will confirm this week password. I will come here and I press this and I will click on install WordPress. So if I install WordPress, I wait for the installation to complete. So while we are waiting for the installation to complete, do anybody have any question pertaining this installation process or any other thing? Dami, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. No questions.
So who else has a question? Imalex, Ade King. So I believe
So can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
I said my network is actually disturbing, so I'm not on the same page with you right now.
Okay, what, but can you see my screen? Can you see my screen, Jennifer?
Yes, I can see it.
Now, do you understand the way we used to install WordPress now?
Yes, I have installed my own, but I'm not on the same page with you.
Yes. Yeah. Once you know, what I've just done so far is to install WordPress. Now, a quick guide for all of you. I know you always want to practice so that we can be on the same space, but you can wait for me to do some certain things before you go ahead and do yours. So this thing I did is still the same thing that we are all been doing. Okay, it's still the same process we have all been doing. So and I believe it is successfully installed. So WordPress has been installed. Thank you and enjoy. So any other thing that we need to do here will be determined by your own process. That's just it. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh. So all the installation process, we all can do it. As long as you've been partaking in this class from day one, you'll be able to do this process. So if I click on login here,
So is this class, sorry, is this class going to be on YouTube?
yes, by God grace, yes.
Okay.
So I'll click on remember password and I log in. Now remember, all this installation that I'm doing does not require me to have a database. They don't require me to have an internet connectivity. It's a local installation. So from this path, I think I'm done. I'm done installing my WordPress, and I can view it by simply typing localhost/zine. So if I type localhost/zine, we'll have the Zine website, which I believe is this. So the next process which I will be taking you guys into is how to install a theme. So to do that, I'll come to my dashboard and I go to appearance. Remember what I said was the first thing you do as a developer is to first install your theme. So I'll click on appearance. The very minute I click on appearance, this will come up. Now these are the all previous theme that come as a custom to this website, which I will not undo for now. I will leave it this way. So I will come to add new, which means I want to add a new website to it. Now by clicking on add new, that means I'm giving myself the privilege to install a new theme. So there's this theme which I believe will work well for us. This Nive, this Nive theme, that's the one I'll be using for today's class. Now in our previous class that we had today, when we did this installation, there are some tools that did not work. So I get to discover that it's actually the theme that we are using that is actually preventing us from making those processes work. So I'll click on install here. Can you see the word install? So if I click on this button install, it will automatically install this theme for us. Now, this thing comes with different page that we can actually use. But before I go into it, do we all know how to install our theme? This same process I just did. Can we all do it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's fine. So I've installed the theme. Then the next thing I would do is to click on activate. Now the reason why I have to click on activate is to activate it so that the interface I have for my previous website will change. But when you are activating this, it's actually bringing this thing. See, you can see for me it says congratulations, Neve is now installed and ready to use. We're assembling some links to get you started. Now this link that they are trying to assemble for us is actually going to help us select already prepared themes. If I come here and I press refresh, you see that the interfaces change, but it does not have any design on it. That means everything we are to create here will have to be created manually, and that's not what we want. So I will come back to this path and I'll click on try one of our ready to use starter sites. That these starter sites are templates, themes design that has already been designed. So if I click on this, let me right click on it. Okay, let me just left click on it and click install to take us to the library where they have all of these designs that are available for us to use. So waiting for the installation of this site library. So it has been installed, it's activating. Now I'm using the internet to enable this. Remember, we're building locally, which means it's not compulsory you have an internet connectivity for you to run through all this process we are doing, except these installations that requires internet, because we don't have them locally on our set. We have to install them from the internet. So this is the theme we have installed. Now we have some pretty much themes, templates, which if I preview it, you guys will like it. If I preview this one, if I right click, okay, let me just click on this preview. And you can see, look at this design. Look how beautiful it is. It's called the agency. Now, I believe this one should be free. And how do you know if it is free? If you look at this button here, you see the word import here, which makes this theme free of charge. But there are some limitation to the theme. One of the limitation is on this Nivea, this bottom panel here, if you want to change it, you pretty much have to upgrade for you to change it in all of their themes. So if I click on next, now this for blog, it's called bloggers. You can see the theme, you can see how beautiful it is too. This one is also free as it's just to import it. It has no additional feature. But if I move further, there are other themes. This Nivea also, this is also free. This is the design. This is also free of charge. And if I click this next, you can see this one has the word called upgrade and import. You can see the design is even much more prettier than the previous one we've seen. Much prettier, and it has more functionalities compared to the previous one we've seen. This one, if you have to import, you have to first upgrade. And clicking upgrade means you want to buy their premium version. That means you have to pay. So these are one of the lapses that WordPress has, that you have to pay for some of the things you will be using. And as a developer, if you're to charge, all of these are factors you need to put into consideration before sending your proposal or your invoice to your customer, so that they know what you're bidding for them. This is the cost. You have to together put, if I right click on this upgrade and I open in a new tab, for us to see the cost. So they bring you to Nivea upgrade. Under this Nivea upgrade, you can see if I say upgrade now, you see the costs, or just go down to pricing. Let's see if you have pricing here. Okay, just click on upgrade to. Now, for personal use, which is personal, you'll be paying $69 per year. 69 instead of 99, you'll be paying $69 per year. Why for the business, you'll be paying $149 per year. Why for agency, that's if you want to be an agent for them, you'll be paying $259 per year. Now, if you sum of this has an unlimited site usage, header and footer booster, blog booster, custom layout and hooks. That means they do some even SEO, so you search engine optimization for you. And this and all major, you can see that there are some features that is here that is not here. There's some feature that is here that is not here. So all of these are what it requires for you to use the full template, performance modules and the likes. So if you upgrade, these are the features you'll be doing. Now just imagine they are charging you $69 and you're using this thing. They're charging you $69. Let's say that's the one you bought. How much will you charge your customer? Remember, this is not the only plugin you'll be buying. This is not only template you'll be thing you'll be buying. You'll be buying host and the likes. So if for you to use this theme alone, you're already paying $69. What do you think the cost would be if you want to buy more? If you want to buy more items for the website, So these are things you need to put into consideration while building things for your project or building for a client. So the next thing I would do, I will actually come back here, and I don't think we need this. I'll cancel this. So if I move further, you see we have more beautiful themes. Can you see it? Can you see that we have more beautiful themes? And this one too is paid. It's not free. So if you keep moving, you will see all the themes they have, the paid version and the freemium version. This for real estate and the like. So they are already available themes. So if I click on this cancel, if I want to see all the free ones they have, I will just have to click on this free. So when I click on this one they called free here, it's only going to show me the ones that are free of charge. Are you seeing it? These are the ones that are free of charge. So I can pick any one of my choice to use to build my website. You can see we have this restaurants, drone, wedding, shop, we have this yoga studio, we have the music band, we have this lawyers, we have the vacational renters, we have the fitness trainer, we have this pet shop, we have this fitness, we have this photography, we have this architecture, naval, bloggers, and the web agency. So let's just import the web agency and use the theme for our job. So I will click on import. The very minute I click on import, you can see they say something went wrong while loading this site. Please refresh the page, blah blah blah. Even if you try to do, you can see where the error comes from. They say it is from the what? The tier team onboarding. So this is an inbuilt, and this occurs because you're actually using a local. That's why this issue occurs. So I'll tell you straight. So if you are installing online, I don't think you will have this issue. So just go straight to I want to import just the template. So any other extra feature that is coming with it, we don't need it for now. We just want to install the template. If I click install the template, you can see they gave you these 4 pages: the home, the portfolio, the contact us, and the about us. These are the 4 pages that you will be downloading for your project. So if I come down here, I can just click on import all pages. If I click on this import all pages, that means only this page will install. Even this other one will not install. Give me a minute. So if I click on import all pages, if I click on import all pages, you can see import all template pages. This is the one I want. If I import this, I will still get that same message error I had before. So I will just import all pages. So when I click on this, you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've imported all of them. Template was successfully imported. Import done. I'll just click on close. And all of this has been imported. So if I go back here and I refresh, please, I want you to take note of something. If I refresh, because I refresh this, does not mean we have the theme. But if you notice up here, we have the navigation bar. It was added now. But every other thing that we imported now did not show. That's because we've not set it. So if I come back here, I can simply cancel this, and I'll go to the customization. Remember, the next thing you do after installing a template is to customize. So under appearance, I can just click on customization here, or here under appearance, I can right click on this and click on customize. So I open this in a new section. Are you guys still following me, or I'm just talking to myself?
We can hear you, sir.
Oh, that's lovely. Can you see my screen as well? Can you see my screen as well?
Yes, I can.
Okay, that's beautiful. Now, the first thing I want to tackle is us having the home page react to the home page, which is this button here, this home page here. So I can do that from the customization, and I can as well do that for my settings. Remember, I showed you that in the settings. So if I click settings. From there, I can set it up, or I can come down here. In this one, under layout, there's this home page settings. If I click on it, you can see they said you can choose what display on the home page of your website. So normally it's your latest post. That's any post you made will be saved here. But that's not what we want. That's why we are saying this. If I change it to static, now I can select a page for my home page. So from this select, I will just come straight to home. Do we catch that? So if I come to home, you can see this is the display I have. So it has not yet been added until I publish. So when I click on this publish, voila, everything come to normalcy. So I have to come here and I press F5. If you can't press F5, you can just click on this reload button. You can see we have the same thing that we had before. So these are the images we imported and every other thing. Can you see it? So I can add pictures, I can edit this, I can do that. But before I go ahead and edit this, I need to set something. Firstly, you will see that the menu here are not properly arranged. You notice this menu here is not properly arranged. And that's because we are using the default menu that comes with this thing. So let's set up our menu. In order for us to set up our menu, I will come to these pages. If I come to this page, sorry, anybody, who is that? Please mute yourself. Mr. Imalex, can you please mute yourself? Thank you very much. So on this page, you will notice that we only have portfolio, home, about, contact. We have about 6 pages, but this is on draft. So this cannot be seen as a page. But we have sample page, portfolio, home, contact us, and about us. These are the pages we have. And we want to set up our own for it. So using these ones. So in order for me to do that, although if I click on about us here, it takes us to the about us page, the one we imported. Can you see? This is the about us page that we imported. And if I click on contact, similarly, I get the same result. Are you seeing it? This is the contact page. And if I as well click on portfolio, the portfolio work as well. But the arrangement at which it is not what we want. Even if I click on this zine, it takes me back to the home page. That's something I love about WordPress. I love about these custom themes. They give you beautiful insight into your code, into your design. So I will come down to this path. Now, if I open in the appearance section, there is what we call menu. So if I open this menu in a new tab, let me open in a new tab. Once I'm done with it, I'll close it out. In this, okay, I can't see it. Ask again. Hold on. It's asking to join, is unable to join. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, okay, sorry. So let me continue from where I stopped. Looking guys presenting. I'm sorry, guys. I just have to stop this presentation and bring it back again. So if I stop this presentation, I click on it, your entire screen. Yes, I want this. I share it. So now we're back to normalcy. I'm back to a presentation. So please indicate if you can see my screen. Can you guys see my screen? Please, I need response. If you can see my screen, I need response. Can you guys see my screen, please? Hello guys. Imales, Adeola, Machiu.
Yeah, I can see it from one side.
Okay, I need that response. That response goes a long way. So let me continue from where I stopped. Now, if I come to this menu section, we don't have any menu yet. So I will create my own. Let me call it, I can call it main menu, I can call it primary menu, I can call it any name of my choice. I click this and I want this menu to be the primary menu, and I want to automatically add new top level pages to this menu. So any page that is top level, I want it to be part of the primary. So I'll click on this and I'll click on create. So when I click on create this menu, automatically the menu section will be created. Then from which I can select about, contact, portfolio. These are the three major. I go to, okay, let me come to view all because of the home. So from here, from the view all, I want home, about, contact, and portfolio. These are the menus I want. So if I click on add menu, all these four menus will be added. Now you can see the four menu, the home, the about, the contact us, and the portfolio. Now because I have this menu does not mean, and I'll click on save. Now because I have this menu does not mean it will automatically eradicate this. So if I press F5, okay, sorry. Can you see everything here change rather? When I click on the refresh, all of this here changed. Now we have a better display. So I will continue my customization, and if I just refresh this, everything will go back to normalcy. So I want to carry everybody along. Now I need to impute the logo, the icon for all of us that want to do that. So I'll come to the header section. In the header section, you will see a quick link that says change logo. Now the display you're seeing for this theme is unique. It's not all themes that have the same display that I currently have. Okay, so yours might be different or it might be similar, but I'm just here to tell you that because you're seeing this like this does not mean every other theme you do, every other theme you create will also have the same thing. So I think I'm done with this menu. Let me close it down. So under here I will come to change logo. Now in this section I want to add my own logo. So I want to call this website Zine Drive because I have a logo that I created. So if I come down here to this light palette upload logo, did anybody ask a question? Okay, I thought someone asked the question. So I want to call it, the site is Zine Drive, and I want the tag name to be Drive with Ease. So I want the Z to be there, Ease. So that will be the tagline. So you can see it beneath here. Now I want to upload the logo. I will click on this button and I'll go to my upload section. So if I click on select file, it will give me the opportunity to upload the logo. So which of the logo do I want? I want to use this z.png. If I click that z.png and I select this, automatically it imports it. So I'll select this for cropping and I'll just, let me skip the crop. So automatically the image will appear here. As long as it's showing here, it will appear here. Now, if you look at this, we have this display here. Now, the icon showing here means selecting this only show the icon, the tag name and the likes will not show. But if I select this, it will show the image icon and the title name, site title and the tagline. So look at the arrangement. So if I select this as well, it swipe this. That's this come here and the other one. Look at the way it is being arranged here. Will determine what will be presented where. Are we together? And if I click on this as well, I have the same output. So this is the one I actually want. That's number one. Secondly, I don't like the size of this thing. So I will come to my style. Sorry. Yes, I'll come to my style. Although if I scroll down, okay, I'll come down to where we have logo. Now this logo here is too big for me. So I'll just come to this button and I'll reduce it to my preference. Okay, I think I want it smaller than that. So let me just give it 70. So I prefer this. So I've added the logo. Now I want to add my site icon. Now what do we refer to as site icon? Site icons are those icons that you always see here. So I'll just click on select site icon. I select this icon and I press select. And if I press skip crop or crop it, it will still give you the same results. You can see we now have the icon there. Are we all on the same space? Hello guys, are you guys following?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's beautiful. Now, with all this thing that we do, that doesn't mean we have any changes here yet. If I press F5 here, you will see that we still have the same display that we had. All the changes we've made so far has not been implemented yet. Give me a minute. Give me a minute, please. So that doesn't mean it has been implemented yet. So for us to have the implementation, we have to publish. That means all the changes we've done so far, we've not published. So we have to click on publish here. By doing that, if I come here now and I refresh, you will see the site icon, the details, Zine Drive, Drive with ease. You can see it here, the site name and the tagline. And you can see that all the changes we have there has changed. And I don't think we have any other thing added yet. So if I refresh this too, you will see the icon here also will change. So you can see everything here has changed. So this is the kind of beauty I want to see from the website you'll be building. Now, apart from that, one thing I also want to change, I don't like the color, the background color this thing has. So I want to change that. So I'll come to change header color. By clicking on this, under here, I will see style. Now this style, this is the text color and this is the border color. So if I click on this path, I can actually change the text color to anything that I prefer. Let's say I change it here. If I do that, you can see that the text color has changed. But I'll prefer we leave it use green. So in order for us to know this green color here, remember the image website I told you about, the image color picker. This helps you to select images. So the image color picker, if I go there, I will upload the same logo there because I want to make use of the colors that it has as its details. So from here, I will just click on use your image. Then I'll click on drag and browse or drop image. From there, I'll click on this Z and I'll click on open. Now these are all the colors that are available. If I click on this, this is the color I want. So if I copy this and I go into this, I can change my text color. I can just paste this here. You can see the very minute I paste it, every color there changed to my preference. But for me, I want to keep it black. So I can just drag this here and select my black. So the black is okay for me. But one thing I want to change is the background color. So I'll come to this color here and select this path. Now remember, all what we are doing is optional. It's not compulsory you do all of this. And if you don't practice what I'm currently teaching you, I'm sorry, it will be very difficult for you to get. So please practice. Now for this, I'll be using the gradient. So I'll come to gradient. Now the gradient I'll be using, we have different type of gradient. We have what we call the linear gradient and we have what we call the radical gradient. So if I choose radical, this is what we call radical gradient. And if I choose linear, this is linear gradient. Side by side, radical, you can see as if it is being centered. So the color we'll be using will actually be, here will be green, while the other one will be this gray color. So I'll copy this gray color as well. I'll go back to my customization, select this and select here, and I put gray color here. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is just for us to have similar color for my design. So I won't be using radical, I'll be using linear. So I'll be using linear for it. So you can see this is our design. This is the design we choose. So the color here is kind of too dark. So let's use white all through. And I'll come here, select this color picker, and I'll just change this to FFF or FFF, which 6F. If I do that and I leave it this way, if I click on publish, I prefer it this way. If I click on publish, automatically, if you come here and refresh, the changes we've just made will automatically appears in the design. Can you see it? So let me pause now for like few minutes and take your questions. Questions, guys. Do anybody have any questions? Please, I need questions. I need to hear you. If you don't have any question, you can just simply say right on. So I'll continue the class. Any question? Adiola, any question?
Nothing for now.
Okay, Mr. Ima, question. Jennifer, question. Miss, okay. Adiola,
No
question.
question, sir.
Adiola, what's your question?
Yeah. I guess since we've used a theme, do we need to like do any manual editing, as in like the one you did last?
Okay, all those operations I go through.
I hope I'm clear. Hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear you. I
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you,
me?
Matthew. I can hear you, Matthew. Sorry, Adiola.
But am I clear enough with the question?
Yeah, the question you asked me is that all of these acts we
Mm,
did, is it compulsory we do them?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, it's
As
not
in, since we
no,
bought
it's not
and we've been.
compulsory. It's not compulsory you do them. But in case the preference you have, let's say you're working with a UI, maybe you're working with a team, or the person who wants you to build a website for them has a design in mind already, and they gave you a template. They give you a design, a UI to work with. You know, you can't leave it. You need to adjust. And doing your adjustments has to deal with the customization. Now, what we are
Yeah.
customizing is the theme, it's not the pages. We're only customizing the theme to meet up with the standard of our requirements. Are you getting that?
Okay.
So,
Okay.
some company, if you're working for a company, they will have a UI that they will give you that do it according to this UI. Now, with that in mind, you can't be doing all of this that I'm doing. You will be doing all of this that I'm doing. You won't just leave the team, install the team, and just let it be. You have to just adjust to meet your own preference.
Okay. Okay. Now I get.
Okay, Mr. Matthew, your
I get
question.
the.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Matthew. Miss Damilola, Miss Jenny, Mr. Imalex. Questions. If there's no question, just say there's no question. So I'll just proceed.
I have a bunch of questions, but I cannot start asking them now. The network is keeping me out and in a bit. So I just have to go now. I
Okay.
should be asking questions.
You
If I
can
be asking questions.
you can
Not
also put your
leaving.
question in the chat box.
Okay.
Put it in the chat box. So let me proceed. If I come down here, I have all of this prepared. Another thing I would want to deal with. Um.
Hello, sorry. Sorry, Mr.
Okay.
Raymond. The last time all the network failed
I
was
didn't
when you
catch
were
that.
trying to. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I said before the network kicked me out, you were trying to create menus. In fact, you've created some menus. You've those portfolio, home page, contact us. So how you get to this page, I
You
think I've
lost.
missed. Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, yes,
Okay. That's because your network break, like you said. But I
yes,
believe
yes.
you can. It's just customization. Under your themes, you will see this customization. If you open this or you click this customization of the theme you installed, if you click any of this, it should bring
Okay,
you to this section that I currently have.
okay, okay.
But you
All
can still watch
right.
more about that later when I upload this video. The money section, I
Okay,
will
that's
upload it.
better.
So you see all the necessary
Oh,
errors we went through. And I'll also upload this
yeah.
afternoon too.
Oh, better, better. Thank you. Can
You're
continue.
welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. Many other questions, guys? Questions? Okay. I believe I'm having the belief that there's no other questions. Okay, let me proceed. Um, Other things I would like to do in this customization, which, like I said, is not compulsory, it's just necessary, is to deal with the color. You can see that most of the colors we have here, it's blue for the buttons, and many things are blue. Now, I don't want that blue color, I want my own preference color. I can simply come to this color and background. You can see this is the primary color, and we also have the secondary accent color. And for me, because I have a background in design, graphic design per se, UI UX, I understand about I understand many things about design, which helps me to narrow down when I'm building a website for a client. What are the things I should do and what are the things I should not do? Now we have a primary color, we have the accent color. If you study design, there's something we call I've forgotten that name. The 3%. Sorry, the law of 3%. The law. That's I've forgotten the name. There's a name we used to call it in graphic design. That means putting the colors you'll be using into three spaces: your primary color, your secondary color, and the accent color. I'm not here to discuss this, but one thing I would do is all the colors that I will be used uniquely for myself will actually come from the logo, so that everything I do resembles what the logo passes as a message, and which have gotten most of the colors that was used to make this design through this. Okay, so if I click on this, which is the dominant color, the most common color on the design, I will copy this. If I come down to my customization where we have this primary accent, I'll click here and I will just paste it here, Control V. Now by pasting it here, I automatically push the color here. I'm waiting. Can you see that majority of the designs that we now have now are now in that color? Can you see this? Even the button. Now that makes it the primary color. That doesn't mean everything here has changed, but our major color have that. and I will use my secondary color or call it the accent color. I can either make it this blue as well, or I can just come here and pick this gray. This gray we have here, I will copy this gray and I will come back here and make that my secondary color, because through the logo, these are the two major color that we have. So by doing that, I will see the effects on my designs. So if I upload this now, I publish this now, all this effect that I have just done will automatically have a result here. So if I refresh this here, I have my design ready. Okay, so all I need to do is to just change the content here. But let me see if there are more. Now, remember I said there are some things we cannot add due to the fact that we are using a freemium version of this, what was it called? Of this theme. So if I come to this footer now, you can see this is the footer. Let's say I want here to have my own copyright and the likes. This is where I will do it. They'll say, you see, they already said it here, change copyright. If I click on this change copyright, you see that it brings me to the point where I have to upgrade. So which means if I continue to use this never, I will have to stick with this until I buy the premium version. There are some teams that will allow you to change this, but not all the teams, because they also have to sell. They build this for free, and they want to make one or two small money for me to pay their team. So don't blame them for putting price on it. But apart from that, I think I can change many other things, like change the color here. The color, you can see it's black. So I think I can make it the accent color. Can you see it? I've changed the color here too. So if I click on publish and I refresh this, you will notice the changes there. You can see the changes is added there. So let me proceed. Now under this customization, I think I'm done. I think I'm done with this. The only thing I think we can deal with for now, I'm done with this customization. I don't need it. We can do more other things later. So I will close this customization, come back to this position, and work with my pages. That's edit my pages. Now, apart from that, I can also do some settings. Let me just right click and open the settings in a new tab. Now, some of the settings, it is not compulsory, these settings I'm about to do. At default, there are some that has been defaultly set for us. You can say I can change the site to tag name, the tagline, and this is let's say you want this website to be live with your system. All you need to do is to just bring your address, your online URL, and post it here. It will change. This is admin. Yes, I want anyone to be able to sign up for this. I'll say anybody can register, and I leave it as subscription. Because if you change this from subscription to administrator or editor, that means this same page that you're doing, they can also do it. Anybody who register on this website, maybe you have a registered login, a login page, they can do all of this as well. So I would leave it as subscriber, and I would change my time zone to UTF plus one, which is you know the normal thing, and I want my date and time to be in this format, and I want you to use the 24-hour section of times, and I want the first week on the week should be Sunday. I can save this. Now this is the first settings, which is not compulsory. I can come to my writing. Here I can check when I make a post, what category should it be labeled at? Now I'll make it uncategorized, but I can change it to anything of my choice. You can set an email address and the likes for your where you'll be receiving mails that comes to this website, and you can set your blog post everything here. You can your comment section, you can set how comment can be regulated using this discussion section. How comment can be regulated, how many they can see, and the likes. And this is the media. Now this media has where all your images are being stored. So what's the sizes of a twin image, a maximum, a medium size, a large size, and how do you upload? Organize my uploading to the month and year based, if that's your preference. And we have many other things that you can change. And let's say you want to add someone else to this project, you can simply come down. Let's say you want to add someone else to this project. Somebody has a question. Anybody has a question? Okay. So let's say you want to add somebody else to be able to work on this. Now remember we are working locally. That means another person that can work on this project can only work locally, except you pushed online and you want the person to work online. You can come to this user. Let me open this user. Let me just click on it because I'm not using this stage page again. And you can see you only have admin, which was the one we created from onset. So I can add a new person by just clicking on add. Do this. Now, when people, let's say you create a form for registration, when people register, that previous page we saw before now, that's where everybody will be stored. Here I can create another user that can come in either as a subscriber or as an editor, an administrator, and that's just the levels we have on it. So for this, I don't think we need anything here. I'm not creating anything. I'll just cancel this out. Then I go to the page section. Let me open this page in a new section. Let me open it like this. Now this is my page. Now this is my home page. You know, this is my home page. From here, I can click on the About Us page. This is my About Us page. And let's say you want to change the content in it. I can simply come to the page. And this is the home page. I can right click here and go to Open in a new tab in order for me to edit some of the features that is being added there. So I'm waiting for the edit to start. Now you can see that I can edit this. This is the navigation. I don't think we need that. And this is the cover, focal points, and from here there should be an image here, but the image is not previewing. So I'm finding a way to add an image, other image to it. So add an image of. So this is the media settings, and this is the media setting. Hold on, let me clear this media on the page. Clear that media. I don't think we need it. So I don't think we need anything from this section. So the next thing I want to do, you can see these are everything that has been created so far. I can add my own and I want to edit all of this. You can see this is an icon, blah blah blah. So this page builder that we are currently using is the one I call with WordPress directly. It has limitation to some of the things you can do that you can change. So I want to have my own preference to it. In order for me to do that, I will come to the plugins. Under plugins, if I open this one here, right click and click on open here, I will see other plugins that I can make use of. Now from this plugin, I will actually download a plugin that I so much like to use. Now you can see this one needs an update and the likes. You can update it if you want to. But I'll just come to add new plugins to my project. Um, so I'll come down to this search and I'll find the name of the plugin is called Elementor. This Elementor is a page builder, or you just type a page builder there. It will show all the available page builder in your search. So we have Elementor page builder. You can see Elementor website builder. Now this one, the Elementor website builder has it all. drag and drop page builder, pixel perfect design, mobile responsiveness editor, edition, and more. Get started now. So if I just come here and click on install, what I'm doing is I'm installing this. I've not even shown you guys the responsiveness of this website. Let me do that now. If I come to this website, now look at the website itself. It is the laptop view, which we regularly call the desktop view. If I right click and I go to inspect, from this inspection stage, I can toggle to change to mobile view. Now this is smallest mobile, medium mobile, and large mobile. So this is the mobile view for it. Let me just drag this down. And if I want to open my menu, I will just click on this navigation button. Can you see it's coming from this side? Do you guys want me to show you how you can change this? Because this has different type. It's not compulsory, it's from this side. Should I do that? Should I change this one? Maybe it should come from the side or come from the bottom or the likes. Should I do that?
Yes, sir. That's it, sir.
Okay, for me to do that, I'll go to customization, right click on it, open in a new tab. Now, if you're writing HTML and CSS code with JavaScript, use JavaScript to do all of these things that we're about to do. And they have different codes for it. So they've already built it. It's just depending on the one you want. So under this customization, I'm waiting for it to load. I want to customize the menu bar. And I think I have it on this, hold on this header. So this header, we have the header menu. Is it header menu? Yes, we have this mobile side view. Now from here, I can just switch to my tablet. This is tablet view. If I click here, you can see the same thing appears. And this is the mobile view, the alignment here. You can see I have the same result and I can cancel here. So let me leave it at tablet view, which is this. I can just select behavior here. So open behavior. If I change this to slide from the right, one thing you notice is it's kind of loading, that's having the effect. So if I click on this here, you can see it's now coming from this side, no more from this side. And I can also change it to pull from left. Now there's a difference between pull and slide. Slide means it shows as a layer. Pull means it will push. You can see it push my entire website to the left and it shows the menu. And I can also do the same by changing this to pull from right. If I do this, I can do this. Can you see? And similarly, I can also use the full canvas. That means display everywhere. Can you see? So I can cancel this as well. And I can set it as the center. That means anything that displays should display in the middle. Before it was at this left hand side, now it's in the middle because of this toggle that I used. Can you see it? So I will change this to slide from down. That means it should show beneath. Let it load. I'm waiting for it to complete the loading. So I'll click this. Sorry, slide from down. So I'll close this. If I click here, you can see when I click here, it slides downwards. Are you seeing it? So the choice is yours on the one you want to use. But I prefer that anything I slide should show in a centralized version. So if I do that and I click this, you can see it. Dami, do you catch that? Do everybody catch that?
Yes, sir.
So I can now publish. Because if you don't click on publish, I don't think any of this will work. So I'll just click on publish here. Then it will have the effect. If I come here and I press refresh, any changes I've made so far will have its effect. Can you see it? Okay, I think that's the one we did. But any change, let me see if this is the one we did. Okay, centered. So because that's what we did, this centered is. So let's remove this. Let's put it as a refresher. So let's see if I toggle it. Just don't know what's going on here, but it will work. It will work. Okay, this is the home page. Let's go to the about us page. Let's go to the home page. Let's see. Okay, did I save? But anything you do to it, it will have an effect. I just don't know what's causing the delay, but it will have an effect. So let's just cancel this out. And let's customize this. Remember, you can customize manually here. I don't advise you use the WordPress its own. So let's use the one we're about to install, which is this Elementor. You can see it has been installed. All we need to do is to activate it. So if I click on activate here, so if I click on activate here, and so it has been activated, and let's proceed with the installation process. So from here, if I just refresh this, one thing will happen. Yes, let me reload. I'm not doing anything. I'm not adding anything yet to it. So we're waiting for it to reload. Okay, let me cancel this and re-edit. And let me reload this from here. So I want to edit this. Currently, we edit with the manual one. If I right click here and open in a new tab like this, this is what we will have. Are you seeing it? So in order for me to continue editing, instead of editing with what's it called, manually with your WordPress itself, I will edit now with my Elementor. So I click with edit with Elementor. Now it has converted this page. If I click edit with Elementor here now, it will automatically reload my Elementor for me, which is my most preferred. Before I used to use WP Breakery, we have many page layer, DV, and many others. So this is the current effect it has on it. And if I close this down, you can see you have some distortion because therefore that's not the way it was. So I believe we can adjust that. So you can see from here we can make any changes or add anything to it. All of my page items are in one place. Someone is asking a question. We only have the four of us in this class. So this is how we can edit by adding things into it. So I can simply go to any page or any side part of my charts and make changes. So I can just come here and change anything that is here. So anything I write here will automatically have an effect. So I believe the page builder that they set for this is not the same. We can change it to our own preference. So I want us to stop here for today and we'll continue in our next class. This thing is taking longer than I expected. I already budgeted 2 days and we're using the fourth day already. Well, God see us through. So I want you guys to build to these points that I currently have. I will continue that in our next class. So in our next, once you do your own, please send a screenshot of your design using the same similar design, using the Nive theme, and send it to me so we can work. I can see that you did it, and in our next class we'll continue from it. Okay? Do we all catch that?
Yes, sir.
So thank you very much.
So thank you very much.
Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll continue this from our next class. Continue this from
All
our
right,
next
sir.
class.